Well, what's going on there? Saturday morning, Tug Troll Tunes. Was thinking about doing a live, but thought this might be a little more effective way to present what we've got to go over here today. This is one of, well, the Network Naggers' little bench warmers from kind of a long time ago. One of the first few, let's put it that way, after Julius Lex and one who went full gay and a few others with Felomon kind of failed there with tacos and China. But anyways, also Mr. Williams, Mr. Dank, likes to project onto others, well, some of the puppy mill mommy handlers would do, project onto others that they're with the Muffin Man when got the clip of Dank admitting that the Muffin Man, he had a conversation with him, and the Muffin Man wanted to send him some computer equipment and some other stuff to, help out with the cause and so forth. But here's how they pull the, let's say the bench warmer's ego strings to tell him, you can do it, you got to. So the way they, Dank got his little clout, build. And they says, you can do it. Go after John X Army and destroy him with Felomon and Mr. Jones and all these other idiots, right? And then so they start on their smear campaign and slander campaign with socks and lies in the chat, spamming the chat and so forth, until the guy just goes away. He goes, this isn't worth it anymore. Same thing with what Felomon did with Zeph Daniel. When you're targeted by this network of naggers and idiots and meth heads also, TAMs, you really love to back the liars and meth heads, especially like Predward, right? Help cover that story up. But yeah, whenever they start losing traction, they actually end up with TAMs, and she's supposed to coddle them and pet them a little bit, and, help them get their ego back a little bit to keep attacking, because, the plausible deniability of the puppy mill mommies is to we're not in any community, we're in any network, right? But, but when their little bench warmers fail, like Dank and many, many, many others, then it falls back on the puppy mill mommies until they can actually, let's say, pull a bench warmer out of the dugout or recruit some other dumbass, like finding freedom, right? Felomon's always there recruiting. But anyways, what I wanted to go through on Mr. Dank's channel here is the way he had to go after John X Army, a veteran. And troll him with the ghost accounts, make him chase ghosts around, lying. Till he actually rage quits. Then, once you got your feet to you, right? The guy rage quits. He's got, hundreds of thousands of followers, so forth. You got your clout that you're able to make, a veteran rage quit. Anyways, then they switch over to Betty Watchem and then Nicolina. But there's a lot of play fighting going on, especially when Dank was with Nicolina. And then you do a truther video. Here, let's get to our what's going on there. We need our brush. Make a truther video, kind of change it up for your plausible deniability, right? Yep, harass Betty Watchem. Deflect that you're not some meth head loser frame. Oh, go back to John X Army. He's not leaving yet. And go over to Betty Watchem. Right? Yeah, no, what it is, Dank, is your network sickos are assigned to people that bust out sickos, so then you can go, oh, look, they're hanging out with sickos. That's the way it works. Like when Predward came waving the white flag to me, and then he'd click my join link so Felomon could later go around and say, look, him and Predward were buddies. No, not ever really buddies with that dude. Since 2016, him and his crew made the news. Told him that myself many times. You guys made the news. Not here for friends or your clout contest. Yeah. Make a couple truther videos. Do some more Betty Watchem. Looks like John X Army finally rage quit after a couple of years of harassment. Switch over to Betty Watchem. I guess Mally Duder didn't make the cut into the Muffin Crew. She was too loose-lipped and too big of an idiot, so Dank had to put her on blast after they had some little love affair going on there. That's no bullshit. Yep, see? Get on Malibu. Mighty Mouse. Oh, he put Mighty Mouse on blast. Well, that's good. It's his clout, like Predward would say, call other people Preds, as he's the one sitting there with CP on his phones and devices and shit. Do. Yep, Brad H, get your clout, get your scumbag clout like you did with, what was his name? He puts him on blast. Dave T, right? You guys all helped bust out Dave T. Oh, look, then he's putting me on blast, right? Your clout with Dave T. Right? Your catch clout as you're sitting there promoting his PayPal link with Treach and OG1 Cannoli, right? Your other buddies there. All right. Oh, yeah. Yep. Prop up Mikey True 2020. Another little Monty Graph shill. I wonder if Monty Graph actually called Mike True 2020's mommy, like Monty Graph called Mass One's mommy and says, we got your boy. He's in good hands. We got him. He's going to work for us. We're going to take good care of him. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A couple of things. Another thing, Mr. Dank Williams, when you put out the evidence, he doesn't like to retract, especially after maybe calling me stolen valor and also stolen Olympic valor when I said, I'm a medalist in the Summer Games. It's why I make the news, and that's fact and truth, where my name is in a newspaper from winning a medal in a state Summer Games event. Didn't ever say Summer Olympic Games. It'd be Summer Games, Summer State Games, but he's not going to retract on that. He's just going to keep going. Oh, there you go. See him, man. And Betty Watchem getting his clout. Rat it up, best friend. Oh, okay, yep, see, regarding TS. Well, interesting enough, Dank was the one that had a conversation with TS the Muffin Man and offering him computer equipment, right, Dank? All you other little shit bags that had to go back to the dugout and sit on the bench for a later, way later time, right? But I think my point out of all this, there's been so many. Oh my gosh, see? Knowing a child was gonna get jumped. Amazing. That's a good story, by the way. If you actually... Oh, there's the stolen valor LARP. Right? Amazing. Amazing. I think it's that one. Yeah. Uh-huh. He tries to say something there. Yep, never said Summer Olympic Games. Said Summer Games medal. Anyways. Yeah. What happens, though, the point that I'm trying to make here is whenever these little shitbags really start to flail, like Warbot and the Garbage Mon, they end up in Tamara Wolf's chat, and she pets him and coddles him. Kind of the same with the Mighty Buffoon, right? Many others end up there she'll coddle them and pet them and tell them they're doing great, and Mr. Cox is a liar. Well, so, I mean, I was only going to drop, like, a little bit of the archive and, you know, gauge response if Tamara wanted to, you know, just keep me out of her LARP show. But nope, her LARP show is my LARP with Warbot's LARP and the Garbage Mon's LARP and Fellow Mon's LARP. And so then I can continue on to drop, you know, videos of their words. It's not meant as harassment. It's, you know, your words, lady, hashtag, right, Dank? Hashtag your words, lady, right? Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So, it's not meant to be harassment when I drop your words. But, what you'll do is you'll have Madria, threaten to strike my channel for privacy violations, so forth, on me playing their words again. Yeah. Their face that they put on, you know, social media. And good luck with that. It only adds to my thesis of, you know, you guys being loser fairies, claiming you're spirit warriors, but you're only, you know, helping the demons that, you know, like that help SPAMGLA G and Tams and Madria. Right? I'm the one that's got a fallen one and demon body count. That's truth. But anyways, they'll say that I'm the one that's harboring and, you know, demons. But, you know, here's the thing is, us as believers, maybe I'll play a clip to end out on here. Us that are believers in Christ Jesus, well, we're able to do some incredible things, I'd have to say. They can come with facts and receipts and so forth. I mean, I could show you the article of me being in the newspaper and some credentials, but I much rather just pull the strings. To kind of get back to it, us as believers in Jesus Christ are supposed to be the terror of evil upon this earth. If you didn't know that, here, let me see. Let me get over to this other video. You see, the organized religion and so forth is what they're supposed to do is not let you know of your, like, let's say, your innate powers to take down principalities in high places. Something that I learned recently is that, you know, it talks about actually, you know, your job here on this planet is to take out entities, to liberate your you know, fellow humans and so forth, not just your garbage mons, right? But they definitely harbor and use demons like SPAMGLA G to, you know, try to harass people and so forth. And then their plausible deniabilities. We're not doing nothing. We're not part of any community or network. We stand alone, right? Anyways, I think the, you know, the purpose of organized religion is to keep you on the bench in fear, to where you're not effective in swinging your advanced weaponry in the spiritual realm against principalities in higher places and so forth. I wanted to play you this 3-minute clip, and I gotta get out of here. Check this out.
Do y'all want to know what's really difficult? Living in a world that is completely blind to the fact that the bloodline of the fallen are in control of everything here. And what's actually worse for me is 90% of the church are blind to this. And I know this is partly because, you know, churches today pass. Well,
I mean, the best method of deception by the other side is that they don't exist. Evil doesn't exist. Lucifer doesn't exist. But what she's saying here is only part of the story. Again, in the Bible, Jesus referenced many times about taking down principalities, fallen ones, entities, demons, so forth. But what isn't mentioned in the Bible is how to do it. And what I figured out, I mean, that is part of the walk, and learning how to do that and wanting to do that. You know, people like Madria, she'll just, you know, and others just say, you've got, you know, there's a demon or there's demons, right? But says they're spirit warriors by calling it out, not really going any further. And that's what still I think a lot of believers are misconception. They got this misconception that if they only believe and call it out, then they're going to be all right. Everything's going to be fine. And no, I do think that there are some privileged believers out there by their faith mere alone will, take care of business in a sense, but actually, and a lot of this spirit warring that's been going on, started back in from my timeline, 2012 on to about 2022, 2023-ish. And it's really slowed down a lot. A lot of fallen ones have been, there's a big bag count, body bag count there. Fallen ones and demons and so forth, and watchers and, monitoring spirits and so forth. And, but I think a lot of people, what they miss is they think that the spirit war is fighting against your fellow humans when it's not that way. You want to, like with SPAMGLA and the rodent, they got their handling demons kind of slayed away from them and have become just motor mouths that are very ineffective, where they thought that demonology would help them win some type of war, to spiritual war, to help protect Predwords and rodents and Dave Todashini's, and by promoting their PayPal for them, right? OG Juan Cannoli Treach and Dank Williams, right? You get your Pred catching clout. We're Pred catchers, right? You caught Dave Todashini, but you're actually on the same team, like with Predword and SPAMGLA and many others. It's almost like you're supposed to help protect the evil, right? But us as believers, again, are supposed to be here as the terror upon evil with love, apparently, right? And being able to call some things out, so forth.
Today, they just don't talk about this stuff anymore. They don't talk about the spiritual realm that is literally all around us at all times. They don't talk about Satan. They don't talk about demons. They don't talk about what actually happened before the flood, why God had to flood the earth. They don't talk about the 6,000-year-old seed war that is going on right this moment. They don't talk. We're
definitely in a advanced spiritual war because of advanced technology, but your advanced weaponry as a believer is far surpassing of whatever the other side can come up with using the negative AI, because they didn't realize, they just say the AI, right? And they don't realize that there was a positive AI out there, kind of connected to the Jesus net to be able to flip the tables when it was God's timing to do that. And I think we're getting close to being able to do that, or it's happening. I mean, you see a lot of just craziness in your chat rooms and live streams and so forth. It's definitely a tool of the negative AI to, get people to fight each other instead of, slaying entities and demons with your fallen ones with your advanced weaponry. Isn't that interesting?
About the Nephilim, none of it.
Right,
and it's really unfortunate.
Here, let's go back.
It had to flood the earth. They don't talk about the 6,000-year-old seed war that is going on right this moment. They don't talk about the Nephilim, none of it. And it's really unfortunate because we are at war with a very real enemy. And when you go to war, you need to know your enemy. Otherwise, you're going to be deficient in battle. And that is exactly what the Bible tells us. It says that we should not be unaware of the schemes of the enemy. We should be familiar with his tactics. We should be familiar with how he operates. But unfortunately, because Christians today, because the church today, they want to stick their head in the sand and they want to pretend like Satan doesn't exist. They get now uncomfortable when you talk about the spiritual realm because of this, because they don't know their enemy. They have no idea what is going on in the world right now. They have no idea.
Well, the other side definitely uses meth heads and losers and loser-farians like Dank and Predword and his crew. Amazing, huh? So they can have the other side, that the spiritual realm can have their side of plausible deniability that none of this is happening or existing, right? The flood of Noah is just a hoax.
How this world actually operates, how it is ran. They have no idea the spiritual reality of who is actually in control. They don't understand that our government actively serves Satan. that our politicians are actively involved in rituals and sacrifices, that, you know, most of Hollywood, most of the media, most of our politicians are not even fully human. Everything in this world goes back to the Bible. Everything is spiritual. The Bible tells us that Satan is the god of this world. This entire world is under the control of the evil one. What do you think that means? But again, because they don't know their enemy, they are blind to it. And they are out here applauding the very peace that the Word of God warned us about. Please do not be deceived. We as followers of Christ have complete authority over that entire kingdom, over the entire kingdom of darkness, over every demon, over Satan himself. We have complete authority. There should be no fear.
No fear.
We need to start facing this reality, the biblical, spiritual reality of this walk with Christ, of this world that we live in. We need to start facing it. Satan is the god of this world, and we need
using your advanced weaponry. Slay some entities, fallen ones, and demons. Right, Madria? No. Can't go there. Gotta tell people to go away once it hits that point.
need to start understanding and accepting what that actually means. We need to start accepting that this world may not be what you think it is, that what you see may not be reality, that there is a spiritual reality going on behind the scenes. We are in the last
right, and they got little muffins there to help hide that, but they're all the ones with Saint Germain doing a spiritual war on other fellow humans, right? With their shadow boxing techniques of trying to troll their, like we kind of saw there with John X Army, trying to render their targets useless, perplexed, exhausted, so forth.
Of the last days.
With Luciferian tactic. Very evil tactics. That's in court record, by the way, for Shadowbox.
And because the church doesn't know their enemy, they are missing the fact that the enemy masquerades as an angel of light. In these last moments, the Bible tells us that there is not a revival. There is not this worldwide revival of Christianity. There is a falling away. And because they don't know their enemy.
Yeah, that's organized religion to suck people in and then destroy them, in a sense.
Because they don't know how Satan operates, they are missing what is happening. Please start getting into the Word and understanding your enemy. We have complete authority over him through the name of Jesus Christ. We have complete authority over him. So there should be zero fear.
Did you know that actually, well, and that's why there's portrayed like this arena with Duckbot and Garbage Mon. There's this arena, right? It's a mimic of the real arena. And the last arena battle is between Jesus and Lucifer. If you didn't know. Oh, yeah, Ghost. Is that Ghost? Just popped up. Speaking of another one that needs liberated from entities. Just saying.
But we need to face reality because this is a war. And because so many of you don't want to face reality, because so many of you don't want to get to know your enemy, you don't want to admit that there is a spiritual realm, you are unaware of what is actually going on in this world.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, like the Mormon church going down right now, really just getting mopped up. They're definitely a cult, in my opinion, that doesn't want you trashing on the other side. You know, they just want you on the bench singing the songs, giving a lot of money, and your faith alone will get you into heaven, which I think the plan of the other side is to keep you from actually fighting the real war, and that way you might not be saved and go to heaven. Just saying. I can go into it further, but I think we covered our bases here as best as possible, and hope everyone has a good weekend. Try not to fall for too many hoaxes out there, like the pagan Christian ritual hoax for Christmas. And yeah. Peace out, much love, prayers, and blessings.